Let's look at Rolle's theorem. Let f be a continuous on the closed interval a to b and differentiable on the open interval ab. If f of a is equal to f of b, then there's at least one number c in the open interval ab such that f prime of c is equal to 0. If the function is not continuous and or differentiable across the interval, then Rolle's theorem cannot be applied. Let's decide yes or no on these graphs. On the first graph you see at the bottom left of your screen, we have a smooth, well-defined function. It's a parabola, and the function value at A is the same as the function value at B. Because this function is continuous and differentiable across the interval, we're guaranteed at least one value of c that has a horizontal tangent line, and that's that blue line you see. So this one's yes, the function is continuous and differentiable. The graph in the middle is continuous from A to B, but it's not differentiable because it has a cusp or a sharp turning point. Now that is a relative maximum, but since the derivative doesn't exist there, we can't use Rolle's theorem. And then our last graph, this graph has a vertical asymptote when x is 0, so it's definitely not continuous. If it's not continuous, then it can't be differentiable, and so Rolle's theorem cannot be applied on the third graph as well. Let's look at an example of illustrating Rolle's theorem. Let me try to spread this out a little bit for you. Not too far. There we go. Find the two x-intercepts of f of x equals x squared minus 3x plus 2, and show that f prime of x equals 0 at some point between the intercepts. Now, the reason we're going to look at x-intercepts this time is when you're on the x-axis, 2 points on the x-axis are equal in value. They're equal to 0. This function, when factored, becomes x minus 1 times x minus 2, and we're going to put it equal to 0 because that's the function value on the x-axis. The first factor is 0 when x equals 1. The second factor is 0 when x equals 2. And over here at your diagram to the bottom right, you'll see that your x-intercepts are at 1, 0 and 2, 0. Since this function is continuous and smooth at the bottom, it's differentiable. And, excuse me, when I take the first derivative of my function, I get 2x minus 3. That first derivative is 0 at 2x equals 3, which means x has to be 3 halves. And let's go back to the graph. If I look at the derivative at 3 halves, sure enough, it's 0. I've got a horizontal tangent line. And let's now look at a second example, one that our points are not on the x-axis. And it don't have to be on the x-axis, as long as the points are equal. Let f of x be x to the fourth minus 2x squared. We're going to find all values of c in the interval from negative 2 to 2, such that f prime of x equals 0. Rolle's theorem highly depends on horizontal tangent lines, and that's why one of the requirements is equal function values. Excuse me, y'all. All right, our first derivative is 4x cubed minus 4x. We can factor a 4x out. That leaves x squared minus 1. That's a difference of 2 squares. So fully factored, our derivative is 4x times x plus 1 times x minus 1. This function is continuous and smooth at the hills and valleys, so it's also differentiable. 4x equals 0 when x equals 0. Our middle factor is 0 when x is negative 1. And our third factor is 0 when x is positive 1. Note that at negative 2 and positive 2, if you were to sub those into your original function, your answer would be 8 both times. F of negative 2 is 8. f of positive 2 is 8. So we have the equal function values covered. Notice at the bottom, this function has two valleys and a hill. Yes, you can bet our critical numbers of 0, -1, and +1 will identify those locations. In the next video or so, we're going to learn how to determine whether it's a max or a min. But for now, our critical numbers just highlight potential relative max and mins. But back to Rolle's theorem, we just need to make sure that our first derivative is equal to 0, and that occurs at any valley or hill. F prime of -1, F prime of +1, those are both valley floors. They have a horizontal tangent line. And at F prime of 0, we also have a derivative of 0, and that's another horizontal tangent line.